Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. That's still my email. It is still in the description below. It is still your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch on any of our platforms. Email me. I am still tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing. Today we're discussing a watch launched in 2017. Although Vacheron Constantin launched its third generation overseas the year prior, it waited until 17 to launch the dual time model. That's exactly what we have here, the overseas dual time. 41 millimeters in diameter in red gold. You can see the watch has a large pronounced tonneau shape, though this one's on a strap rather than a bracelet. The integration of lugs, case, and strap as seamless as though the bracelet were fitted. Now this watch comes with quick release for the straps and also an accessory rubber strap if you wish to take it swimming. 41 in diameter, it's 13.2 millimeters thick from lug tip to lug tip, 48.7 millimeters. Now we'll throw it on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters circumference, and get a good sense of the fit. It's broad, there's no doubt about that. As with all watches that are non-round, it wears a little bit larger than its rated size. I would encourage you to think of it as more like a 42 or 43 millimeter round watch. Now it's not super thick, and it does feature a sloped case length, so while it doesn't fit underneath this cuff, it should fit under just about all dress cuffs. Jacket dress cuffs, that is. Taking a quick look, you can see that the edges of the case are not over the edge of my wrist, so I would recommend this watch for a wrist of 15 centimeters circumference or larger. The strap, surprisingly, is a Vacheron factory piece, so though the color is lively, this is OEM. Large rectangular scale alligator leather in a wonderful ultramarine blue. You can see it's a matte finish. There is some stuffing or bolstering to give the strap volume. It has a broad folded edge, a monotone stitch, and on the bottom, wonderful suede material. You can see that there is a quick release system that allows you to easily denude the watch of its strap or bracelet, and it snaps right back on as though this were a car seatbelt buckle. That's how you can quickly and easily swap between straps. Taking a quick look at the buckle, it features twin trigger release. You have to press both these triggers for it to pop open, so inertia or sudden violence will not pop it open. Inside we have the Maltese cross motif, and then outside we also have the Maltese cross motif on the buckle. That is the symbol of the company. It's a double fold. You can see a combination of polish and media blast in here, and because a quick release strap is no use if you can only detach it from the case but not the buckle, you can see there's a way to turn the strap inside of the clasp and immediately release it from the strap so you could swap it to a different accessory strap like the rubber one. Also note the attention to detail. There's a little ceramic spring-loaded pin snap in there, so over time it retains its crispness as the metal can't wear down that ceramic pin snap. Jumping back to the case, an artful combination of satin and polish. You can see that there's case flank profiling and polish. The bezel is primarily polished, though you can see its recesses are vertically satinated. There's an expanding bevel that flares over the lug hoods, and there's satination on the case top. You can also see there's a plinth underneath the bezel, and that plinth is polished on its outer face and satinated on its top with a Maltese cross motif echoing all the way around through 360 degrees. We have that logo on the crown as well, and both these crowns are screw down. The watch is 150 meters water resistant. We have a little pusher adjuster that allows you to make rapid corrections to the radial date down at 6 o'clock. And in addition to being 150 meters water resistant, thanks to a paramagnetic soft iron ring that wraps around the movement, it's also resilient against up to 25,000 ampere per meter of magnetic flux density. Now, right here, you can see this is a dual time watch. I can just about cover that second time zone when I don't need it to clean up the dial. And take note, we have two 12-hour format hour hands. The way you tell them apart is that the underlying hour hand is hooked up to this AM/PM indicator, so those two things are linked. So for example, if you wonder whether that second time zone is referring to 12 a.m. or 12 p.m., note as I reverse back through midnight, it jumps to p.m. So that is 11 p.m. That is 12 a.m. And it continues just like so. There's a chaptering outboard featuring a minutes and seconds scale. We have all rose gold hands, logo, and indices, so they will not oxidize or tarnish over time. The dial has a metallic silver sunburst at center. And if you're wondering, how do I set those two time zones independently, there is a mobile hour hand that can move independent of the reference hour. Although you will note the watch does not feature hacking seconds. That is the only feature that it lacks. We'll do a quick loom shot so you can see the watch in the dark. No trouble reading it in that regard. Now on the back, we have version of the 5100 caliber. This is the 5110. So it's the 5100 with dual time capability, a Vacheron manufacture movement. You can see it features the Geneva hallmark, the imprimatur of quality, fit, finish, and materials, but you'll also note it on the case. Since mid-2012, it has been a full watch standard, and Vacheron meets that standard. The rotor is not 18 karat, not 21 karat, but 22 karat gold, the densest gold used on rotors, and I should mention quite a bit more gold purity than you will find on many competing products, which tend to use less and less gold with each year, which is why 21 karat, 18 karat, and even rose gold plated tungsten rotors are increasingly common. Now this all spins on ceramic bearings to reduce maintenance requirements and reduce friction. You can see it's a quadruple finished rotor, as it has a combination of satination, polish, media blast, and chiseling. It's deeply impressive in that regard. Now you can also appreciate that the underlying movement, which is quite large, fills this sizable case back. It has twin mainspring barrels, automatic winding, and a power reserve of 60 hours. The twin barrels also endow the watch with a very flat torque curve, so when largely wound or largely discharged, it mostly maintains constant and consistent balance amplitude for better timing. It pivots on 37 joules, and it's adjusted in a chronometer style 5 positions. The finish is everything you would expect on a Geneva hallmark movement, and I can hint at it by rolling it through the light so you can appreciate all of the nuances, from the solarization on the barrels to the stripes on the bridges, the countersink beveling within the jewel and screw sinks, black polished screw heads with chamfered slots in circumference, mirrored anglage on the edge of the bridges, the quadruple finished rotor, and engine turning on the base plate, all deeply impressive and appealing. If you love this watch, reach out to me. I am Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.